All right, welcome to Dr. Jeff's Facebook Live. We're going to talk about today, prepare for your visit to Rythmia, the plant medicine experience. So, coming to Rythmia to do plant medicine is a really big deal. And it can't be taken lightly, because what's going to happen for you when you come here is a lot of serious sort of realizations and breakthroughs that are possible through this plant medicine. So I want to talk a little bit about today on ways that you can prepare yourself to get the most out of your visit and have the best experience possible. Now, keep in mind, there are people that book their stay like one day before they arrive, and they come and they have a great experience. So there are some people that don't have a whole lot of time to prepare, and that is totally okay. But what I want to give you are some data and a couple things that you can think about as you prepare for your visit to come here. Because most people, when they book an international flight, there's a couple months usually, or at least several weeks before they can show up. So you have plenty of time to get ready for what's going to happen here and get your miracle. So what I want to talk about is you guys are familiar with this. It's a mind, body, spirit approach to healthcare and to wellness in general. So it's really important that when we look at the mind, we're talking about how do we prepare our mind? Are we having positive thoughts? Are we mindful of the experience that's going to be happening for us? 90% of our guests, it's their first time doing plant medicine. So everybody's a little nervous, and that's really healthy, and it's really normal. So when somebody's coming here, they're thinking oh my gosh, everybody else is experienced in this and they have a lot of knowledge about it. It's not true. Our facility is set up for people to have their first experience, and it's also set up for people that are veterans of the plant medicine. So like I said, most of our guests, it's their first time. And I want to tell you, with your mind, the way you prepare yourself is you have some intentions. So what are intentions? Intentions are basically goals, are objectives that you want to realize through the experience. For example, if somebody has trauma in their past, they want to close the door on the trauma. They want to process all the things that they've been through. They want to have clarity in their life. Maybe they're in a transition with a career. Maybe they're in a transition with a relationship. Maybe they feel that their life purpose is unclear to them. Okay, so those are all good, really good intentions, just to connect with yourself, have clarity, and move forward in a really positive way. So the way you prepare your mind is you do things emotionally a bit and cognitively that are really positive, and you kind of get on a mind frame that's going to be conducive for plant medicine, which, like I said, is your goals, your intentions, and what you want to realize while you're here. You don't need to have a million. You can have just 2 or 3. It's fine. Some people have more, and that's okay. But you want to have a purpose for coming here. And you know what? A lot of people have a purpose of they just want to connect with their soul, and that's their purpose. You know what? That's good enough. That is perfect, because that will open the door for so many things that will happen for you positively in your future. The other part of preparing for plant medicine is your body. So the dieta is something that we will email you when you are interested in coming to Rythmia. It will help you prepare your physical self on how to get ready for the plant medicine. So the dieta is mostly vegan based. There is some proteins in there. There's some healthy proteins that are in there, but it's a way to eat that allows your body to be in line with the plant medicine. And I find this to be really important because there's a physical shift that's occurring when you do plant medicine, as well as emotional and spiritual and physical, mental shifts. But there's a physical shift. And to make this physical shift really be profound and to get the most out of it, your body should be healthy. So we're talking about avoiding drugs, avoiding alcohol, staying healthy with exercise, and taking care of your body, because this is really, really key. Because if you prepare sufficiently for plant medicine experience, the plant medicine will work so much better, and it will be a pleasant experience. It will help you understand who you are and what it is that you want to achieve. So aside from the mind and having intentions, it's really important to have your physical self as best you can in a really healthy state. Now, a lot of people that come here are not in a healthy state. They're suffering from physical ailments. There's a lot of people that have a back pain and they've been on meds for a long time. They're injured and they have some injuries that are not allowing them to do all this kind of like activity. That's okay. That's okay. I don't want to eliminate people that aren't able physically to prepare. But this is like a gold standard sort of ideal scenario that I'm going to explain. And then the reality is you're going to do what you can. You're going to do what you can. And that's good enough, because the medicine knows. The medicine is very smart. The medicine knows what you're doing. The medicine knows that you have the right intentions and you're trying your best. It doesn't have to be perfect. It does not. And that's the great thing about this. So take the pressure off yourself. Don't stress out. Don't be worried. Do what you can. And there's probably 2 or 3 of the things of the 10 that are possible that you can absolutely do. And just, that's fine. Okay, so mind with intentions, the body with being healthy and eating right. The other part is the spirit. That's the part I love. How do you prepare your spirit? And for people that view the spirit in a different way, how do you prepare emotionally? So I often interchange those two words, spiritual or emotional, depending on who the person is. So the way you prepare spiritually or emotionally is, if possible, you can set aside all the worries that you have and all the things that you're working on in your life and the stress from your job and the anxiety you might have in with relationships and all this stuff that's kind of like built up over the last several years and maybe a lifetime. You can set that aside and you can be like, okay, cool. I'm going to get clarity when I get to Rythmia, and I'm going to have peace when I get there. I'm going to have an amazing plant medicine experience that's going to show me how I need to move forward in life. So the way you prepare spiritually is there's often what's called a spiritual practice. And for everybody, that's totally different. For me, it's going surfing. Okay, surfing is my spiritual practice. Exercise is my spiritual practice. Meditation is my spiritual practice. Okay, so a spiritual practice is really unique to the individual. Some people like to go to church. Some people like to read certain books. Some people like to do things that are holistic remedy. Yoga is a spiritual practice. Okay, so anything you can do that's going to connect yourself with your spirit and be in tune with your spirit is going to be very beneficial for when you get here. Now, keep in mind, like I said at the beginning of this Facebook Live, some people call Rythmia and book their stay and come the next day, and they haven't been able to do any of this stuff, and it is still okay. All right, so don't worry. It doesn't have to be a perfect science. You can do what you can, and you do what you're able to do in your life. And we all know you're busy. You got your job, you got your family, you got the stress of things you're dealing with. Okay, so you do what you can, because when you get here, you're going to have the ultimate clarity through these experiences. We have 4 sessions of plant medicine that go down in 1 week, and that is more than enough to get what you really need out of this experience with us. So preparing for plant medicine is actually an honor to do, because it shows to yourself that you're serious, and it shows that you really want to get out of this experience everything you can to be happy and peaceful and have success in your life. So people often ask me when I do their medical intakes, they ask me, well, I didn't follow the dieta. I'm still eating this or that, and what's going on? I tell them, okay, look, it's okay. You can do the dieta while you're here with us. Our kitchen is conducive to the dieta. If I have 3 months or 2 months or 1 week or 2 days to prepare, and I know that I'm supposed to be eating a certain way, every time I'm eating something, I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to be doing plant medicine in a day or a week or a month. And I want to put into my body things that are going to be healthy for me and conducive to getting the best experience possible. So the dieta is really cool because it's not only a physical thing, it's a mindful thing, and it's a spiritual thing. So it helps you stay in line with all the goals that you've set for yourself to achieve while you're here at Rythmia. So the bottom line is, I don't want you guys to put a ton of stress on yourselves, but I want you to be aware of all the things that are out there that you can do to prepare. Because when you're more prepared, you're calmer, you're more open to the experience, and things are going to happen in a way that's really helpful to you. Every week I see people, I see a range of guests here. I see guests that have been preparing for months and months, and sometimes over a year to come here. They've been doing a dieta, they've been following healthy spiritual practice. They get here and they're like really in the zone before they even arrive. Then I've seen guests that even if they had advanced, sort of warning before they were going to come, they weren't able to, for whatever reason, follow all these things, and they still do okay. But sometimes there's a bit of a struggle, at first, but quickly they are able to get into the space they need to be successful. So it's really a personal decision, and that's what I love about being the chief medical officer at Rythmia, is that this stuff is all so personal and it's so individual. And oftentimes in the West, we're looking to go outside of ourselves to find out what we should do. What do I do, Dr. Jeff? What should I say? And who am I? What do I do? You know what? I just tell the clients I work with, like, you tell me. You are your individual self. You tell me who you are. You tell me what you want to do. Let's create an environment where you can make those decisions. So it's really up to you. It's so individual. So please don't feel the anxiety and the stress of not measuring up to something that you think you should. Do what you can. Follow a mind, body, spirit approach to coming into the plant medicine, and prepare yourself in a way that's reasonable for you. And I guarantee you, by the time you get here, you're going to be happy you came. You're going to love this experience. It's incredible. And I say this every week on my Facebook Live. I'm amazed every week by the people who come here and what they go through and what they realize in their life. It's incredible. It's a miracle what's happening for these guests. I can't wait to meet you and have you come down here and see this for yourself. We are changing the world one soul at a time, one person at a time. Plugging into yourself, knowing who you are, and plugging into others and having empathy for them. That's how the world changes. That's how it happens. There's not a political strategy. There's not a business strategy. There's not an economic strategy. None of that stuff is the strategy. The strategy is changing who you are as an individual, connecting with your soul, and then connecting with others in a true and meaningful way. That's how this happens, guys. And I'm so excited to be a part of this with you. I look forward to meeting you. Pura vida from Costa Rica. Aloha from Hawaii if you guys are out there. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.